All right, through multiple methods, mainly heat gun and blade, but also I've had to hit this area with the buffing blade on the grinder. I'll get this stuff off a bit later. Most of that's cleaned up. There is a fair bit of damage to this, which I'm going to have to try and fix, which I'm going to jump onto that now. I've got the fiberglass repair kit out, so let's get stuck into recreating this edge around here. I don't know how well this is going to go, but you know what? Let's just give it a red hot crack. Okay, so hopefully it comes out. I've put my first layer of fiberglass on this. The way I've done it, I've deliberately left it stringy at the bottom, as you can see, because I'm going to be able to then trim this line through here to tidy it up neatly, and then I'll be able to sand it back and then put a bit of more filler over it. So I've got the line as good as I can get it across the front. It doesn't really come up that well on camera because where these chunks here are out of it, it doesn't really give you that defined line, but it's pretty good, to be honest. But I'll be able to fill all that with a fiberglass trim fill, just to take those little tiny bits of imperfection out. I'm not expecting it to be 1000%, but I'm expecting it to be 100% better than what it is. I'll be able to fill all these areas in here where someone's obviously run into something in the past. So it is a cool night tonight, so this is going to take a while to dry. Probably take 3 or 4 hours rather than its normal sort of 1.5 to 2 hours. So I'm going to leave it here, and then I can't really do too much else in the shed because I don't want to create dust, and this will just end up bad. Plus it stinks in here too. But I'm going to just hit this one up tomorrow. I'll just create that same edge. Just want to be a lot easier because it doesn't have that point in the front of it. I'll actually try and get the GoPro set up to show you this, maybe in a time lapse of what I do. Get that on there, and then we can give this whole thing a really good clean, get the rest of this sticker off. This is a bit of a battle. One of the bolts broke off and I was trying to get it out. I don't really want to have to go to the effort of, if something happens, trying to re-fiberglass in nuts. So I'm going to try and get that bolt out, and I'm just going to leave this mount here, tape it up when I paint all this. So I think I'll call it a wrap for tonight, but that is, again, some really good progress. Hoping to have all of this nose cone done. I'm also going to fill up this old exhaust hole, but have all this nose cone done in this video, plus also my bearings have turned up for the jet, which I'll pull out and just show you now. This is that, the seal kit, and then these are the bearings for that jet. I might just see if I can quickly rip those old ones out now, but if I can't, I'll start working on it tomorrow. But I'm super happy these came overnight. I'll put a link in the description too. These parts that I've got have come out of a shop, actually 2 shops in Australia. So if anyone's looking for parts for skis in Australia, there are a couple of really good stores, online stores on eBay, which I had to pay for. These are not sponsored, but I'll put the link up because the service that I got from both shops was fantastic. I paid for these and had them quicker than what the postage said. So I'll put those links down the bottom in the subscription. Check them out, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the service and the quality of parts you get from them. All right, so I've just rebuilt this side with the fiberglass too. Currently it's wet, it's dripping. Sorry if my voice is a bit off, I've come down with a bit of an illness. But we'll wait for that to set. Again, I followed the same as what I did over here. This one's now off. I'll turn it around in a second and show you. But I've run it low because you can see the old line there. That way I can trim this to the exact line it needs to be to meet up with that old line. So I'm really happy with how this is. We'll let it set and then do some trimming. I'm going to do, I might not do it on camera, I'm going to do another layer of glass underneath on both sides just to give it support, make it a little bit thicker. And then once I've done that, I'll be able to throw some paint on this and get this to a lovely glossy black. Alrighty, so let's get stuck into changing this bearing over. Hopefully we can do this without too much trouble. Like I said before in the last video, this is kind of skewed. I don't know if it was put on the wrong way, or you can sort of see, you might not be able to, but like this is flush here, and then down here there's probably a 3mm gap. So not quite right.
have a look at which parts I get here. All right, cool. I get 2 of these so I can destroy this. Wow, this is really hard. Rubber. Oh yeah, wow. Look at the corrosion on the side of that seal. Hopefully you can see that, it'll focus for you. And that's got some sort of filthy water in it. Even the grease on the back of that's all chopped up. Oh, have a look at all the water. I'll just move this up so you guys can see it. Hopefully you can see the water running out of that. Right, so this is what's come out of that jet pump. Bearings and some spacers, and then the rod. This is the bad bearing, which, interesting, it's the one that's covered in grease. So take from that what you will. I'm going to give all these a clean up, as in the spacer and the rod. There's 2 little O-rings on here. I'll have to double check to see, just on there, double check to see if I've got those new. If not, I'll get some. So I'll give these a good clean. And this is the jet housing in there. I've given it a bit of a clean. It does need more, but happy that that's out. So let's get this stuff cleaned up and then reassembled. So I've just noticed something. Old bearing, new bearing. Quite the size difference between those 2. Stack it on top so you can see. Problem, Houston. I will work out what's gone wrong there, whether it's an order issue or something else, and get some new ones on order, I guess. So yeah, there we go. I'll come back to you and let you know what's happened. So I've given this a buff back with the grinder with the Scotch-Brite on it. I'll show you that in a second. It's a really handy little disc. I'm just going to make my next layer now through here and lip it up to join this so we get that nice structural strength. And I'll potentially just lip that back down as well, just so this all ties together and it's nice and strong. So I'll do that now and I'll bring you back and show you shortly. This is the blade on the grinder. It's literally like a Scotch-Brite. Many layers of a Scotch-Brite. Great for just taking off surface rust or cleaning off old materials. They do clog up fairly quickly, as you can sort of see, but they do clean themselves and they do work really, really well. It's just not as aggressive as an abrasive disc. So if you do this sort of work, grab yourself one of these. So I'll just record this quickly. My resin's starting to go off, but so you can sort of see how we do this. So you mix up the resin, which you do like a base coat, and you go wider than where you're going to put. I am rushing a little bit because I don't want this to sort of go off. You put a base coat of the resin further than what your matting or your glass sheet is going to go, which I'm doing here, like that. And then get your piece of glass. This one go. So I'm going to go a bit further because I'm going to wrap it right around the corner, I think. Is that what I was going to do? Actually, no, I'll just go to there. Yeah, cool. So you sit it to where you would like it to go. This is a messy process. I actually enjoy this process of fiberglassing, but it is very messy. So you lay your sheet in there, and then what you do is you just sort of tack it in a couple of spots with the resin, so that way it holds itself. I did go a bit heavy underneath. My resin, as you can see, started to go a little bit goopy, which is okay. It's just I put a bit of extra hardener in there to just to help with the cold weather tonight so that it goes off properly. So basically what we do is once we've got it set, relatively set to where we want it to be, then we can start just brushing it into place. And because we've got that layer underneath, it means that, trying to do this without blocking you, is that the fiberglass, as you apply the resin to it, it will bond to the layer underneath. It's not a quick process, but you have to be quick. Otherwise, if you're not quick, it's kind of like super glue. Your resin will go off or your glue will go off. And then you end up in the position where you're like, I've got a heap of dry resin and a heap of fiberglass. It's not where it's meant to be. So you can get kits of this stuff. It's actually pretty cost effective, but I tend to buy the bigger rolls of it for the repairs. Hoping that you can see, I can't really see what you can see. I'm just, like I said, rushing, but hopefully you can sort of see how I'm working this in, and it forms the shape of what was there versus the outer layer of fiberglass that I put on. Just try and get this on as best as I can. Now, keep brushing on some layers. Oops. Like this. All right. Around this side so I can sort of work on this a little bit here. I'm just going to brush this face down so it's nice. And that's by running it as far over as I have, down over this edge, sort of down through here. It's just giving the fiberglass another point of contact to bond to and be strong with. Be strong with the force. Sorry, it's tired. I'm late. Oh God, it's late and I'm tired. So if you go a bit over with the resin, it doesn't really matter. My main objective here, obviously, is to get it to bond. So put plenty on, get it to do its thing, just like that. All right, so as you can see, I've glassed all this up. It is wet, but I'm happy with how that's come out. It's going to be nice and strong. How bad is it? It's actually pretty good, to be honest. For what it is, it's gonna do the job. If you look at that, like, I mix pretty rich, the hardener, and as you can see, it's kind of like, that's toast. Well, that's all gone off already. that body filler on there. Doesn't look very good through the GoPro, it looks way better in person. I'll just wait for that to set and then I will sand it. All right, third layer of filler. So a bit of an update. The nose cone is in primer. I've still got to sand this back, but I'm really happy with how all these are rebuilt. Probably doesn't come out that well on GoPro, but how well, but that edge was destroyed. If you remember, I'll try and put a side-by-side next to it so you can sort of see, but I actually really enjoyed doing the work on it, the body work, to be honest, so it was good fun. Anyway, this is the stage it's at. I'm really trying to get this done for you guys so you get a video, but I'm probably just going to go ahead and paint this and include it all in the same video.
I'm going to keep my mask on because I've just sprayed and there's quite a bit of overspray that I can still smell. We're here, we're blacked and we're clear coated. Is it perfect? No. Did I think it was going to be 100% perfect? No. Am I happy? I'm stoked. I'm so happy that this is now in colour. I'm going to let it set for a couple of days before I touch it, so I'm going to wrap up this video. It's been dragged out. I've got about 3 hours stopping and starting in time just in this nose hood, or nose piece, sorry, just from rebuilding the edges, which the physical structure came out so good. I'm so proud of myself, to be honest with you, with how it actually works. So it's come out really good for what I need. I've actually got some bigger plans for this ski, which will be a while away, but I just want to get it on the water, get it finished, and I'm going to revisit it again a bit later on, probably next winter. So again, I'm going to wrap this video up. The next video is going to be simple reassemble, and then we should be good to go on the water. I think the video after that, so another 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks. It's going to be spring here, so the water's a little bit warmer, maybe 2 or 3 degrees centigrade warmer. So we'll be out on the water before you know it. So thanks for sticking in with me. It's going to be a great project when it's done, and I really appreciate everyone's comments. The channel is gaining some activity, which is amazing. So I thank everybody for that. So stay tuned. The video will be coming out in the next couple of weeks of me reassembling it. I've got renovations happening at home, plus work's flat out, so I've got things going in all directions and I'm going like a cut snake at the moment. So stick with me, you'll see it on the water soon. I'll be wet, it'll be roaring. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
I just wanted to say too, as a quick little end to this video, I've just come back to check on the hood and the fumes have cleared, so I can talk unlike Darth Vader. Thanks for everyone, like I said, for watching and the support. I checked the other day out of interest on the channel, and 96% of people who watch the videos, and the view rate is actually quite high. I'm very surprised and very happy and proud that the view rate is so high on the videos from the channel historically. Like, there's the videos of the XLT 1200 get heaps of views, plus the other videos continually grow with views, but 96.3% of people who watch apparently aren't subscribed. So I'd love it if you could subscribe if you enjoy it. It means a lot to me. It means I can build the channel, and it means I know that you're interested in what I'm doing. So please hit the subscribe button, and I'll keep trying to churn out these videos and get the quality better, the projects bigger, and we'll keep having fun. So again, I just want to put this in at the end. I'm not one who asks for subscribers and all that kind of crap, but I just saw it and just thought it'd be a great way to grow the channel. So hope everyone's staying safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.